Thank you for the invitation. I bring some gadgets with me. I'm also from another planet, so I'm engineer, and my task last 30 years was driving the 5 companies through Adriatic region. The companies in Zagreb, Belgrade, Sarajevo, Skopje, and headquarter, of course, in Slovenia. Altogether, this is now almost 100 engineers, which have the main focus to improve efficiency and productivity inside of the buildings. I mean vertical buildings. That's why I will focus a little bit more in this vertical buildings area. Currently, we have circa 3,000 buildings in the region already installed with time management and access control. The name of the product is Time and Space. Very often you met the card in your pocket and you access with the card into the building, into some areas of the building. Also this nice building, Cankarjev Dom, is somehow installed by our company. SPICA, together with some other companies, we develop consortium, and maybe later on I explain how we develop so-called living lab. So I divide my presentation in 2 parts. First part will be regarding triple bridge. I use this triple bridge because we have very famous Plečnik, Jože Plečnik, a Slovenian architect, and he developed probably the nicest part of the old town of Ljubljana. You probably, if you are away from other countries, also visit this part of the city, and you will see this maybe in the last slide. Triple bridge, because my company is not working in construction, neither in architect, so I was thinking how to install bridge inside of my presentation, because all the stories here are somehow connected to the bridge. So I decided to use this triple bridge because it's, and first part of my presentation will be regarding this. So how I see the first challenge. Today, engineers, after they finish study, also architects, they start thinking how to get better salary, and of course, very often they take a road and go to the westward. They think they will have better life. I use this picture as a caricature. You will have you have this family on the left bottom corner waiting for the train to take them to the west dream country. But very often after some time they find out they spent the whole big salary to the flat. They live without old friends. They somehow work from morning to the evening in those bureaus, probably in Zurich, in London, and I believe this is also they travel daily 2 hours to the work and 2 hours back. So idea is to find the solution and the bridge to this first challenge. And I will show you the answer, which probably you have heard also a lot today. So there are some strong companies. I know them because I work in collaboration with them, like Bexel. We just heard. So they have engineer teams in the Slovenia, and they construct buildings in the world. It's the same Elea IC. I take them because they do the tunnels under the, they construct the tunnels under the Sydney in Australia. So today, it's no, because of internet, it's no need to travel away, and it's better to stay in Slovenia, to have account here and pay the taxes here, and of course to export this service, this, let's say, BIM as a service. Okay, let's jump into the second challenge. Slovenia is probably the well-known, I believe it's top 3 in Europe regarding coverage of forest. And unfortunately, majority of Slovenian wood is exported in timbers, like you see timber here down. So what can we do regarding this challenge? How to make a bridge over this? My suggestion is another company very successfully, just a few weeks ago, they got award Gazela, so fast-growing company. They start with doors. You see, this is a 5-star hotel, and on the back side you see the door. The door is not just wood, they start with locks, electronic lock inside, with sensors if the door is open, with sensors for do not disturb, make up your room. So it's a smart door, and this door is in real time connected to the reception. And after that, after 20 years ago, when they start with this, then they expand into the whole room. So now they do the whole rooms into the 5-star chain hotels. This is also very important because those rooms are now standardized, like colleagues said, and they develop the whole room in smaller hotels all together, and as combination, they with logistic they fulfill the whole hotel. But this is a 5-star hotel. This is done other way. Let's go maybe to the next, which is these was two Slovenian challenges. This challenge is global, I believe. IT companies, they are dreaming now about digital twin. We just heard a few words about. So what is digital twin? In very short explanation, digital twin is a digital representation of the real world. And Gartner, probably you know Gartner, they typically show how the technology through the time goes, and currently digital twin is on top of this Gartner slope, Gartner cycle. Of course, what's going on tomorrow will be on bottom. So what to do? Is there another bridge who will help us to bridge this gap, this dead valley, let's say? Yes, there is. BIM didn't start from zero like digital twin. BIM is already here, but mainly in those phases of designing, maybe in construction, but not that much in the phase of operation. So digital twin is the phase of operation, and I believe if we jump on the train of BIM, we will somehow do the tunnel through the area where digital twin is over-expected, and we'll do the bridge over the area where digital twin will fall into gap. So these are top 3 challenges, and how to bridge them with BIM. I will go quickly now through a second part, which explains our idea, because as I said, we already have in 3,000 companies, buildings in the region, infrastructure. We heard before that infrastructure is one of the big problem. It's easy to put the sensors, but to have stable infrastructure which is secure, it's one important issue. So we already have infrastructure there, and this infrastructure is not doing a lot. He's waiting for another passenger passing by. We decide that we will put to this infrastructure another task. So to collect data like ambient data, like data regarding where are the currently telephones. I know you're afraid of big brother and GDPR, but this will be solved in the future. For sure, like electricity. Electricity is danger. I believe you agree. But we succeed to put electricity in the socket. So it's now very useful, but still very dangerous. So I believe with personal data we will do the same, but it will take some time. GDPR is first step toward this, and Europe is on good way. Okay, let's jump a bit quickly through this, let's say, living lab, which we start, and we believe together with current customer, with partners, we will expand not just in the building where we are living. That's why I said living lab, because we try this approach in ourselves first with colleagues which are in some kind of center of excellence. This is our project, what we plan to do. We are already in the middle of the project together. Of course, this project is also connected with wood. So we want to use wood as area where we extend our sensors, so that different woods change the colors in a different position of the house, so you can predict from historical data the future how your house will look like tomorrow or next year. Very often the wife decides, let's go for a wooden house, but later she finds out that it's not the color she likes. Okay. This is how the whole architecture looks like. Of course, we already have this zone spot in the buildings, but now we extend down to the sensors, which I mentioned: temperature, color, humidity. Now we extend also into sensors, Bluetooth sensors, so they can collect data. Where are the tags, Bluetooth tags in the environment? So very soon, probably fixed asset, critical fixed asset will be tagged with this. So you can, in real time, you can track where are the key asset in the building. So, of course, we upgrade with this infrastructure. We already send data to cloud, which is popular nowadays, and we use all this cloud for our time and attendance and access control. But now what we add on is this BIM. Here is Revit, but also other brands is available. We develop special sockets, special connectivity between cloud and BIM tools, so that you, in real time, you can have this data in the Revit, or let's say BIM 360, which is more popular to see this. You have some pictures here regarding BIM 360, which is very useful. You can show to the customer, wherever you are on the mobile phone, where are currently, what are the temperature currently in my office, what is humidity. You can track this for historical data, and you can even, maybe if we handle this personal data, you can even track which parts of the buildings are occupied, which is reserved for tomorrow. So Of course, you are very warm welcome to our stand where we can discuss more deeply some other issues, but on the end with this triple bridge, I'd like to conclude with those top 3 messages. Young smart generation will stay in Slovenia and export BIM as a service into the world. This is solution number 1. Solution number 2 is wooden products with high value added will be made in Slovenia and exported into the world, not just in timbers. And the last, BIM is somehow resilient bridge infrastructure over the digital twin Death Valley. Probably you remember this Gartner. Thank you very much for your attention and welcome, herzlich willkommen to the stand of SPICA in front of the hall. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stanovnik, for your presentation. Are there any questions to this presentation?
Maybe a quick question. Oh, sorry.
Do you have a question? No? Okay. You can.
Quick question. How big is the team that is dedicated to the word living lab, as you mentioned it? Or it's...
Currently, SPICA is divided between those 5 countries. So in Slovenia, we have 50 people. In other countries, another 50. So 25 in Croatia, 10 in Belgrade, the 5 in Bosnia, in Sarajevo, 2 in Macedonia, 1 is in Montenegro. Development team is currently working, who is currently working in this, let's say, BIM project is a bit smaller because we are on the stage like Janic when he jumped into the Stanford or somewhere in US. So we think we are now crazy for the BIM. So I spent last half a year in this stage, in stages like this, even if I'm not so, let's say, good in English. My son said my English is Russian English. Even the Russians are much better than me. And I'm not that good in BIM, but my colleagues are good in data collection, and I believe together with Slovenian companies like Bexel, like Elea IC, like we have a lot of them, even small companies are now jumping into the train, and I believe it's the right time now to jump on train.
Thank you. Just one comment. European Union is putting a lot of effort to evaluate the value of data that companies used to collect over years, and they will be later on able to sell it with their services.
Yes, and predict the future.
They are trying to regulate it. For example, you exactly know who entered to which space, when, and how, and what is his profile. Maybe in years you will be able to assist architects to make better buildings so that the flow of people will be much smoother and more optimized.
For sure.
Just an idea.
Thank you, and I also believe in this. Yeah. Any other question or?
Thank you, Mr. Stanovnik.
Thank you.
Thank you.